The gameplay in Mega Man and Bass is similar to earlier games in the series. The player is tasked with completing a series of action platform stages while overcoming obstacles, solving minor puzzles, and battling enemies. Destroying the Robot Master boss at the end of a stage lets the player acquire its special weapon. In previous games, the player generally took on the role of the hero Mega Man. In this game, the player can choose to start the game as either Mega Man or Bass. However, whichever character is picked must be used for the rest of the game and cannot be changed. Mega Man is able to charge his shots to make them more powerful and has the ability to slide along the ground. Bass is able to rapidly fire his armed cannon in 8 directions, though shots cannot be fired while moving or pass through walls unless a certain upgrade is obtained. Bass is also able to double jump a second time in midair, and dash along the ground. Performing both simultaneously lets him cross great distances by doing a dash jump. The stage structure is different from other games in the series. After the introduction level, the player can only choose between 3 Robot Masters. Defeating Cold Man unlocks Burner Man and Pirate Man. Defeating Astro Man unlocks Dynamo Man, Tengu Man, and Pirate Man. And defeating Ground Man unlocks Magic Man and Tengu Man. Clearing one of these unlocked stages opens the way to a security room where the player must destroy a series of crystals with obtained Robot Master weapons. Bypassing all 8 crystals opens the way to the fortress stages. In a similar fashion to previous installments in the series, enemies often drop bolts after they are destroyed, and these can be exchanged for various restorative items and upgrades. However, unlike in Mega Man 7, the Security Cavern offers a way to obtain large amounts of bolts without having to repeatedly visit stages. Some upgrades are unique to either character, such as Mega Man's ability to call on his Dog Rush to search for items, or an adapter for Bass to combine with his Wolf Treble to temporarily fly. Also distributed throughout the introduction and Robot Master levels are a collection of 100 data CD that contain information on many prominent characters in the series. Most of the CD are hidden either behind obstacles that need to be destroyed with a special weapon or accessed with a character-specific ability, making it impossible to collect them all on a single playthrough. CD collected in each playthrough are permanently placed in a database and remain unlocked after beating the game. Saved games are used in place of the series' traditional password system. The GBA port has received generally positive critical reviews, currently holding an aggregate score of 79% on both game rankings and Metacritic. Most critics found the game to be a solid yet conventional action platformer that successfully adheres to the classic Mega Man formula. Electronic Gaming Monthly summarized that Mega Man and Bass is one of the best action games on GBA and a great, if slightly derivative, platformer with plenty of replay value due to the collectible CD. GamePro was pleased with the game's fidelity to its predecessors when compared to the deviations made by the Mega Man Battle Network and Mega Man Zero series on the same system. GameSpy contrarily criticized its lack of innovation, declaring, "Anyone that hasn't tried a Mega Man game yet would be better advised to spend $15 on a new copy of Mega Man 8 on the PS1 rather than paying $30 for an inferior retread of the same game." Many reviews also noted the game's high difficulty. Both Giancarlo Veronini of GameSpot and Craig Harris of IGN found that the game's bosses have very unpredictable attack patterns, thus making the battles extremely challenging. Harris additionally observed a heavy amount of trial and error for the levels themselves, where the player must die several times before completing each one. He concluded, "It's really the way Mega Man games have always been. And to be honest, with all of the annoying little deaths in the game, there's always that sensation after every failure that you've learned the challenge, and perseverance definitely prevails in this game." Another criticism was to the fact that Mega Man, unlike in previous games, is unable to use the Rush Coil or the Rush Jet, making his movement options too limited and making platforming with him frustrating. Overall, pretty sweet game.